So if I had to pick a favorite anime of all time, it would definitely be Dragon Ball Z, because I know me, and nostalgia is a very powerful thing. The fight scenes were so cool, the characters were great, and it's the classic hero's journey in and out for every arc for the whole thing. It can get a bit repetitive, but it works. But by the end, Toriyama would be doing Joseph Campbell proud. Joseph Campbell, of course, being the man who wrote A Hero with 1,000 Faces, who basically laid out the blueprint for what is a hero's journey. And his work on the Monomyth can be applied to so much it's astounding. Not just in anime, movies, comics, everything borrows from the template. And that's just one of the points he's trying to make on how ubiquitous it is. But not every show does this. And some shows, I believe, go actively against this. And this isn't going to be a podcast about Dragon Ball Z. It's going to be about Baccano. If you haven't seen Baccano, that makes sense. It wasn't very popular. It was a short anime released in 2007 and directed by Takahiro Omori. In 16 episodes, it crammed so much. It fit 3 non-linear, barely related stories, 1 extended flashback, and a framing device that is only in the first and last episode. All while being gut-bustingly funny and frighteningly terrifying. And how did it manage to do this? By rejecting the hero's journey. Alright, before we continue, I'd like to define one thing. The hero's journey, or Monomyth, is laid out by Joseph Campbell in this way. It is a narrative structure in which a protagonist leaves the land of which they are familiar to go on an adventure. They cross thresholds, defeat an antagonist, and then, during their return, they are a changed person. A structure seen in many things, but Baccano is certainly not one of them. On the critic side, Baccano originally began as a series of light novels that were available in Japan, and only very recently came to the States. The novels differ from the anime in a very important way. The story they tell is the same, but the books tell it chronologically, while the anime cuts it up into little pieces and throws it everywhere. And that goes against one of the first conventions of the hero's journey, in the way